The Vanderburgh County tax auction is Friday. Lots of good deals out there, including right here at 1512 South Morton Avenue, where Peter Rembert doesn't pay the taxes anymore. In fact, he owes $1,198 on this property, so you can buy the note, which actually gives you the right to sit on this property for a year. Now, Peter, he bought this property back at the county auction from the auction in 2013, did nothing with it, so you won't be able to do anything with it right away. But if it's Peter's properties you're interested in, there's another one. Peter also owns 1323 Cody Street right here, and you buy this one, there's plenty of cat food for your cat if you have one. He owes $1,243 in taxes here, so that's what it's going to cost for you to get the note on 1323 Cody Street. Now, why doesn't Peter pay the taxes on these properties? This too was a county-owned property that he purchased at auction. He came here, he saw there was tons of problems here, didn't want anything to do with it. I talked to Peter when he bought it, and the first question he had actually was for me, which was, do you know where this is located? So why isn't he paying the taxes? What's the idea here? This is very strategic. It's worth noting that Peter, through his corporation, owns 24 properties. He owes a total of $15,311 in taxes on these properties. Now, he owns other properties where he does pay the taxes. This is an investment strategy. Peter doesn't want this property. Now, why wouldn't you want this property? Well, there's a hole in the foundation. All right, this is a problem. There's a hole here, and this is not a fixable property. It needs to be demolished. So if you buy the note, here's what's going to happen. You're going to sit on this property for a year. He has a year to pay you the taxes. He has no intent on paying this. The county could have cut this off at the knees and made you the owner of the property the minute you bid on it. But instead, what they've done is they've guaranteed that if someone does bid on this property, it'll sit forever. This is not a problem reserved to one guy. Let me show you someone else that's into this kind of thing. Take a look at this. There's a chair down here. Someone's been using that chair to get in and out of this open window. This house has been vacant for years. It is owned by Joseph Corrigan. Joseph Corrigan is an habitual vacant property owner. I've talked to Joseph once. He told me about properties he was going to let go on tax sale. I mention that because it's important to note this is an investment strategy, a lot of these houses that go up for tax sale. The secret to being a wise property investor here in Vanderburgh County, you don't want the property, then all you got to do is just make sure you don't pay the taxes, and then the county's going to take care of the problem for you. Now, what's going to happen here, though, is if someone bids on this property needs to be dealt with immediately. It's been vacant forever, but state law is going to grant Mr. Corrigan a year to redeem the taxes for whoever buys the note. Remember, he doesn't want this property, so it just means it's going to sit for yet another year and be held up in the process. Mr. Corrigan owns 4 properties that are up for tax sale tomorrow. And when these properties go for tax sale on Friday, he owes $8,467 collectively on those 4 properties. Now, don't think for a second that I'm not worried about Mr. Corrigan, who doesn't even live in this town. He's not falling on hard times. He owns a total of 13 properties. That's under the Joseph P. Corrigan Sr. name. Sometimes he doesn't use the senior, so it makes it a little bit difficult to understand. There's all sorts of situations out here on this tax sale, but in the end, the tax sale is the root of the problem, because when they don't sell, they go to county auction. And then the county's going to try to sell this property if there is not a land bank established that will take it off the market, and that means probably Peter Rembert will buy the property from Joseph Corrigan. Peter will sit on it for a couple of years. He'll come here and say, I don't want it, and then maybe if you missed it this time, you can get it on tax sale in a couple more years. Tax sale houses come in all shapes and sizes and all sorts of stories. Somebody actually lived here, and I tell you what, this one takes me back to my early days of searching for vacant houses. I've been here before. 704, 706 Bell Avenue is where we're at. I don't think anybody's in here. There's no meter on it. In fact, there's no meter on either side. Can you tell me about this place?
Well, that's a piece of that's what I tell you. You can get in, the whole damn thing, just look inside of it.
When was the last time somebody lived in here?
3 years ago. This is where they were making the meth at. I'm still finding the salt bottles and they was making it in the bathtub.
You know the name Nancy J. Seibert?
Yeah, that's Nancy Seibert, yeah.
She used to live here?
She, the way I've understood it from some people that know her, says she still owns this. I don't know how you'd own it.
She's the owner of record?
That's bull. She owed $44,000 on this place.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, and the upstairs, coons living in the damn thing and
Looking
everything.
at it, if I was a bank, I wouldn't foreclose on it either.
There's syringe right there.
So you see people in and out of here?
Periodically, there's stuff that they use right there. Like pair of pliers opens that door over there.
Neighbor's gonna let us in here. I don't know that I fully condone people doing this, but this guy is probably the closest thing to a landowner there is around this property. The woman's unaccounted for, so we'll
Follow
see
him.
where he's taking us. So this is like a 2-unit building.
Yeah, right here. There's a smoke out bottle.
That's the meth lab?
Well, that's what they use.
The
I
one-
got a brother that was in.
The one pot method or the
That's the shake and bake stuff.
shake and bake?
See, everything's falling in here.
Man,
Dead birds up in the front of it.
my God.
I mean, it's just filthy. This is it. This is it. Kind of like a Rosedale or something right around in here. You know, it ain't real. The people over here are poor, and they try to fix them up, and it's just like I said, it's a shame because, like I said, it's just bad for your health. This
I'm gonna give you my card. I'm interested in anything that happens to this house.
all right.
I'm gonna try to find the owner and find out what her situation is, what her deal is, why she doesn't take care of this place.
As far as I know, she's got an apartment on the east side. That's the best I can get.
All right, we're on East Indiana Street. We are looking for her. She is Nancy Jane Seibert. We believe she lives here. At least we think for sure her daughter lives here. She's the owner of the Bell Avenue address we were at. Took some time, but we think we found her and we're gonna go visit her. Dog. I'm looking for Nancy Jane Seibert.
Mom? What? For you?
Nancy, my name is Jay Young. I'm a reporter from the Courier and Press. I'm here to ask you about your Bell Avenue address. Can you tell me anything about that property? Well, the place looks like a mess. Well, is there a reason you don't pay the taxes or don't clean it?
It's sold for the tax sale.
You are the owner.
No.
The tax that you have a year to redeem the property. You're the owner until September. This is a county record.
Well, we're closed. That's all I know, you know.
So you don't care about the condition of the property. There's a meth lab in there.
Well,
When was the last time you were in it?
it's been years. It's been 2010.
So you totally ignored the property that entire time. Mercy. The meth is still in there. Oh my. So they say this is a tax sale for property, but you're really buying meth manufacturing devices. Now again, all that this tax sale does is it guarantees this property will sit for yet another year. Hasn't this gone on long enough? Miss Seibert doesn't even realize she still owns this property. Nobody has an interest in this property. There's not a soul in the world that doesn't agree that one of two things needs to happen here. This property needs to be torn down, or Peter Rembrandt needs to buy it.